All right, hi everyone, Coach Abs here, and yes, of course, ay meron tayong panibagong segment dito sa DSA na kung saan sasagutan natin live yung mga questions ng madlang people, no, ng mga kadate-tagumpay natin. So, basically, ang nangyari dito, may nagtatanong, no, na sinasabi natin na basic sample naman po ng SumX. Hindi ko magets. So, syempre, ang layunin natin talaga ay makatulong sa kapwa natin, mga data analyst or mga aspirant na data analyst para matuto ng Power BI ng libre. No? So hindi lang patungkol sa Power BI but maybe about MySQL, something like that, or Microsoft Excel and Python as well also. Pero syempre, mag-focus tayo sa Power BI kasi yan yung pinaka-main thing natin. No? As you can see, we have nagtanong ako dati sa community kung okay lang ba or makakatulong ba sa community natin kung magkakaroon tayo ng live session para masagutan yung mga katanungan ng ating kapwa data analyst. So with this, okay, itutuloy natin yan. So we have here the basic sample naman po ng SumX, hindi ko magets, at yan ang sasagutin natin for this very short live session. And don't worry, there's a replay in it at i-upload natin sa ating YouTube channel. But basically, ito yung dapat nating masagutan, no? And escape na natin to. I do believe so. Close na natin yan. And yes, of course, okay, to begin with, mahanap natin yung training materials na gagamitin natin for this training dito sa loob ng Data Analytics Philippines. No? So as you can see, nagkaroon ako ng post dito or nagkaroon tayo ng post dito na sinasabi natin na nasan kaya yun, no? Hindi natin mahanap. Yep, of course. Sige, dito na natin kunin, no? Kasi it should be there, no? It should be there. Okay? So, try natin yan. I will refresh it. O, eto, no? So, Power BI demo, how to by DSA. And yes, of course, nagkaroon tayo ng announcement that this will be our base file kapag magkakaroon tayo ng demo sa Power BI for mga how to. Paano gamitin um, yung SumX, paano mag-create ng calendar table. Okay? Ito yung gagamitin natin. So, mahanap natin yan dito sa ating files sa file section natin. And of course, kunin natin to, no? Okay, Power BI demo how to by DSA. So gagawin lang natin is you can open that. Open natin to. Tapos syempre, download natin dito sa ating local machine by clicking that dot dot dot. And yes, where's the download on this, no? So wala siyang download. So ito na lang, i-click na lang natin to para ma-download natin, no? Kasi walang download dito. And of course, yes, o-open natin to. Then cut it out. Control X. Tapos ilagay natin dito sa ating desktop. Okay? And of course, replace lang natin yan. No? Alright. Saan napunta yun? Ito yung ating demonstration natin. So the how to in Power BI. I will right click this and I will extract all of this. Extract. And yes, of course, ito na yung ating extracted file natin. Okay? So sasagutin natin no, yung katanungan no. Basic sample naman po ng SumX, hindi ko magets, ika nga. Okay? So let's open this one. And ito yung dataset natin. Okay? Nandiyan lahat yan, including the source kung saan galing and the assets, the logo na gagamitin natin o in case. Tapos syempre ito yung pinaka-base file natin dito, no? So let's open this ating Adventure Work Sales Report. And of course, ito yung magiging DAX natin. Pero syempre, we will rename this one so that hindi mag-mix up, no? Hindi mag-mix up yung mga bagay-bagay. So this one is, I will put here the SumX demo, kung paano ginamit yung SumX natin, no? Or kung paano gagamitin yung SumX natin. And don't worry about that also, that the final product will be uploaded dito sa ating group natin na to para everybody is happy, no? Everybody's happy. So now we have here, and for the context here, we already connected the data set, all of the data set that we have right now here, all of this is connected to our Power BI. So that's the basic context natin dito. I'm gonna close that also, and we have here the model here. Okay, ready na po yan. Pinag-relate na po natin yung one table to another, no? Okay, hindi ko na ituturo to kung paano to ni-relate. kasi this is out of context kasi ang gusto natin mangyari dito is to demonstrate kung paano gumagana yung ating SumX natin. Okay, sa makapilipinong pamamaraan na pagpapaliwanag. Okay, so that's the port view, no? So ang gagawin natin dito, mag-i-insert ako ng isang table para matest natin kung tama o mali yung output natin. Okay, kasi kung minsan, pag nag-insert kayo ng single card, for example here, yung KPI natin, minsan nakala natin tama, but actually, what is happening at the back end or in the background is mali yung calculation natin. So the best way to teach or I mean to test, no, the best way to test kung tama o mali yung ginagawa natin is by means of testing it in a table, no? Para makita natin yung row context natin. So I will insert here, I will click the insert and the visual gallery and I will find the table. Okay? And I will insert the table here. So there you go. At dito natin palalabasin yung sample demonstration natin. Okay? In this case, I will add column here at ilalagay natin dito yung ating country. So we have here country. Okay, Australia, Canada, France, Germany, United Kingdom, and United States. I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger para makita natin sa screen natin. So, to answer the question here, paano gumagana yung SumX natin? First thing first, alamin muna natin yung pinaka-difference ng ating sum at saka ng ating SumX natin. Okay? And if you are looking for how to use DAX in a Power BI, I highly suggest that you have to visit the learnmicrosoft.com and yung DAX measure natin. So, para mahanap natin yan, ang gagawin lang natin is punta lang tayo sa reference guide natin dito and sa search bar natin, hanapin natin dito, for example here, the DAX guide. If you enter that and kunin natin tong official documentation ni Microsoft. So if you open like this and go here to the new tab, then there you go. This is all DAX reference that we have. Then dito sa filter by, pwede nyo i-search yung function na gusto nyo matutunan. For example here, I will type SumX and if I click that, okay, nandito lahat ng aking SumX. Ito yung function natin. Okay, ito yung syntax we have. Okay, and we have the parameters kung anong ilalagay natin sa loob ng between opening close parentheses, the returning value and the remarks. And of course, we have example here and so on and so forth. So that is the basic thing na pwede nyo gawin, no? Before you jump into YouTube and search about that, mas maganda, mas maintindihan natin yung official documentation ng program na ginagawa natin. So this one, I will close because I already have two tabs open, which is yung ating sum at saka yung SumX natin. So the difference of the two, the sum is add all numbers in a column. So ibig sabihin, pag sum ang pinag-uusapan natin, it will summarize, it will add, it will summarize the numbers in a column natin, yung isang column natin. Samantala, yung SumX naman natin, it returns the sum of expression evaluated for each row in a table. So dalawang bagay lang ang pinagkaiba nito. Kapag sum ang pinag-usapan natin, yung buong column ang isa-summarize niya. Samantalang yung SumX naman, evaluated each row in a table. Row by row ang pag-compute nito. Kaya nga pagdating sa syntax, meron silang dalawang pinagkaiba. Sa sum natin, sum of the entire column. Okay? And samantalang sa SumX natin is kinakailangan natin tawagin yung table kung saan natin, kung alin yung gusto nating i-summarize, okay? And of course, yung expression natin or yung computation natin, ika nga. So yan yung malaking pinagkaiba ng dalawang bagay na yan. So now to begin with, okay, ito yung ating Power BI natin. So ang gagawin natin dito is i-compute natin yung total revenue ng bawat country natin. And of course, this one, I'm gonna rename it. For example, we have a SumX demo para makita natin. No? That is our title for this. Okay, so basic tayo dito. Balikan natin yung gusto natin mangyari. Isa-summarize natin yung revenue ng bawat country. For example, Australia, Canada, France, all the way here to United States. Okay? At kung babalikan natin itong ating table natin na to, okay, we have only here na order quantity, no? We only have order quantity sa table natin. Okay? Even if you look at here doon sa table view natin, at kung babalikan natin to, we have table here. So meron lang tayo ditong order quantity. And for us to be able to compute yung sales amount natin, what we need to do is to multiply the order quantity times doon sa ating product price natin or yung unit price natin. Yun nga lang, ang nangyayari dito, yung unit price natin ay nasa loob ng ating D products, which is ito yung ating product price natin. So the question is, how we are going to multiply yung ating order quantity doon sa ating product price, which is magkahiwalay na table. Okay? Meron tayong iba't ibang pamamaraan. We could merge it using Power Query. Okay? Pwede tayong gumamit ng calculated column dito sa ating Power BI, sa DAX natin, or pwede tayong gumawa ng panibagong measure. So all of that, it is possible to compute the sales amount by using that three: Power Query, calculated column, and measure. So in this case, ituturo ko sa inyo muna kung paano i-look up, no? Kung paano i-call up yung product price gamit yung ating calculated column. O, yun yung pinakaunang task natin. Okay, so click natin tong ating F-sales. Okay, and we will add here new calculated column na kung saan i-call up natin yung ating product price natin. So to do that, ang gagawin ko is isipin ko muna saan ko ilalagay yung bagong column na gusto kong i-display dito. So gusto kong siya display dito sa ating F-sales natin. So i-right click ko lang to, then I will select here yung aking new column. Or I will select the table na gusto kong doon lumabas. Tapos dito sa ating table tools natin, pipiliin ko yung aking new column. Either way, pareho lang po ang lalabas. So I will click that. And yes, of course, magkakaroon yan dito ng formula dito sa ating formula bar natin. So what I'm gonna do here is I will expand to full page. And ito, lakihan ko para makita natin. No? Control, scroll up lang. Okay? And gusto nating ma-display yung ating unit price from product display into at sales table natin. So we have here yung unit price natin, which is ito yung column header natin, is equal to, then call up natin. So to call up, pwede akong gumamit dito ng lookup value. Pwede po yan. But I'm gonna use here yung pinakasimple natin na related. Okay? Related. Mas masimple kasi ito, no? Ang related, gagana lang to kapag meron tayong model. So since we established the model before this demonstration, now we can use this one, yung related natin. Okay? So related, tapos syempre, ang sabi dito, no, if you look at the here, yung ating intelligence natin, returns a related value from another table. So gusto nating kunin yung ating D products, okay? And what column? Kunin natin yung ating product price, which is ito po yun. So this means, ang ibig sabihin lang naman nito ay hahanapin niya yung D product price galing doon sa product table natin and it display doon sa ating new calculated column natin. Okay, i-commit natin to para malaman natin kung tama o mali yung ginagawa natin. So click that commit and there you go. Here we have a unit price. So let's adjust this one because this one is the unit price at meron tayo ditong panibagong calculated column at iba yung itsura ng icon niya kasi meron siyang parang summation and then we have a table. So we need to say that is calculated column. So gagawin natin dito is i-click natin tong unit price natin. Then of course, we will adjust yung decimal place natin. Maybe we could apply the currency here and decimal place natin, sabihin natin 2 decimal place. Because that is unit price, usually 2 decimal place ang ginagawa natin. So now, there you go. Meron na tayo ditong additional na unit price and for us to be able to summarize our total revenue, ang gagawin natin is i-multiply natin yung order quantity times unit price natin. So para magawa natin yan, mag-add ulit ako dito ng panibagong calculated column natin. Okay? So I will select here yung F-sales natin. Okay? And then I will go here sa table tools and I will select yung ating new column. Okay? So now, we will compute the order quantity times unit price. So I will select the formula bar here and I will expand here para to fit and to full page para sa atin. Okay? And we have here, okay, column header natin is sales amount equals, okay, and we have to multiply yung dalawang bagay na yun. Ano yun? Yung order quantity times yung unit price natin. So, saan manggagaling table yung gusto natin i-compute? Manggagaling yung sa ating F sales table natin. And we have to compute yung ating quantity, order quantity, and multiply by, okay, saan manggagaling na table? Sa F sales. Then, followed by yung gusto natin i-compute, which is itong ating unit price natin. Okay, there you go. And let's test this out. Click commit. And yes, of course, meron na tayo ditong calculation para sa atin. So, ayusin natin yung format natin. We have to check the sales amount here and select here yung ating dollar sign and yung decimal place natin gawin nating 2, no? So, if you multiply that, 1 times 2049.10 is the correct one. So, para ma-check natin kung tama yung ginagawa natin, I will select that arrow down here. Then maybe I could select here the 2 and try it out. 2 times 21.49 and the answer is 42.98. So, tama yung calculation natin. Okay, now, yung sales amount natin, ito yung kukunin natin yung total revenue which using yung sum function natin para ma-distinguish natin yung ano ba yung pinagkaiba ng ating sum and sum x. So, I will unfilter all of this para makuha niya lahat, no? So, I will go back here sa aking report view and this time, dito sa aking measure is i-compute natin yung total revenue gamit yung ating sales amount na column natin. Because as you can see, the very definition of our sum is to summarize a numbers in a column. So yan gagawin natin, no? So I'm gonna right click here and we have new measure. Then I'm gonna click inside our formula bar. I'm gonna expand to fit here and of course lakihan natin. So we have here, okay, total revenue, okay, equal, but this one is, para mas malinaw, gamitan natin ng sum function para sa atin. Okay, and saan manggagaling na table, yung gusto natin yung compute, we have from F sales like this. Okay, and we have to use sum function here. Then of course, saan manggagaling na table, F sales, then there you go, we have a sales amount. All right, and click the commit para malaman natin kung tama o mali. And of course, we will test this one here sa ating table natin. So check this out. I'm gonna drag here the total revenue, which is yung sum natin, into the add column here. And yes, of course, the total is 24 million. So let's correct here yung ating decimal place. Okay, para mas madali nating makita, ang gagawin ko na lang is I'm gonna make it a dollar sign here and yung decimal place, so gagawin ko na lang 0 para mas makita natin. So 24,914,587. So that is the basic principle of the sum because what happened to this is that isa-summarize niya yung buong table mismo. But punta tayo ngayon doon sa ating sum x, paano siya gumagana. So, ang ginawa ko kasi dito is nagkaroon ako ng direct calculation row by row dito sa aking calculated column ko na to. So, as you can see here, if I select the calculated column na sales amount, I multiply the order quantity and yung ating units price natin. That's why nagkaroon tayo ng ganito. And the sales amount, we get that the total revenue and yes, ito na yung lumabas dito sa ating visual natin ng ganito. Okay, so now, ang gagawin natin dito is imimemic natin yung ginawa natin na calculated column and followed by yung ating sales amount natin. I mean, yung sales amount natin. Yun ang gagawin natin dito. No? Kumbaga, imimemic lang natin. So I will right click the measure here and I will click the new measure and I will select inside. I will expand to full page natin. Tapos ito gagamitin natin dito is total revenue. Okay, total revenue equals. Okay, but of course here, make it, for example, we have SumX function equals here. And as you can see, before we proceed that, tingnan natin yung syntax ng SumX natin. We have SumX here, and we have to call out kung anong table yung gusto nating, kung saan manggagaling yung calculation natin, followed by the expression or yung computation natin. So with this, I'm gonna use this SumX. And by the way, Power BI has IntelliSense para hindi na natin kinakailangan pumunta doon sa pinaka-main source natin because we have like this also. Okay, return the sum expression evaluated for each row in a table. And the format is table muna dito and followed by the expression. Okay, I'm gonna close that out. Then I'll enter here. Ang sabi natin, saan manggagaling yung gusto nating i-compute. So manggagaling siya doon sa ating F-sales like this. And followed by comma here and the expression. Okay, I'll enter lang ako dito and there you go. Ang gusto natin i-compute dito, as you can see, similar doon sa ginawa natin ng calculated column is as simple as F sales, if you remember this one, and we have a order quantity and then multiplied by yung F sales natin. Okay, F sales natin, then multiplied by our unit price. So that is the syntax that we will test later on. But this one is correct functionality ng SumX natin because I just want to demonstrate here kung paano gumagana yung syntax natin. SumX, then followed by yung table kung saan mo gustong hugutin, yung gusto mo i-compute, then comma here, then followed by yung calculation na gusto natin mangyari. That is the correct one. However, ang gagawin natin dito is we will do it in a wrong way para makita natin ano ba talaga ang pinagkaiba ng SumX at saka ng sum function natin. So in this case, the functionality is as simple as yung sum function natin and we will get here yung ating F sales and then we have yung ating order quantity. That's correct, di ba? Order quantity and multiplied by our F sales, then yung ating unit price natin. So as you can see, mukha siyang tama kung titingnan natin because if you click commit here, walang nangyayaring error dito. No? SumX here and multiply by, this one is sobra tayo ng close parentheses. O, try natin, di ba? So if you click that, okay, SumX here and I think that is balance here. No? So check natin to. So walang nangyaring error. And the formula seems like we are trying to multiply the order quantity times yung ating unit price. And tingnan natin kung tama yung calculation natin na to. Okay, so i-click natin tong ating table natin. And of course, we will add here total revenue gamit yung SumX natin. Okay, so you can see there's a weird number that's saying is, I think that so many comma, I think that is about trillion, di ba? 2 trillion instead of 24 million. Mali kasi yung calculation na nangyari. Now, looking at the code that we have right now here, dito sa ating SumX function na to, ang ginawa kasi natin ito is first, we summarize, no? We get the total of order quantity, then we get the total of unit price, then saka natin minultiply yung dalawang bagay na to. So para mas maintindihan natin kung anong nangyari dito, is buksan ko lang tong ating row context natin. So what happened to that calculation is as simple that bakit nagkaroon to ng 2 trillion result, and we will test this one in a manual transaction in a Microsoft Excel para ma-visualize natin kung ano nangyayari. Okay? Ang ginawa natin is first, we get the summary of order quantity. So, ang ginawa ko dyan, sum of this column. That's step number 1. And step number 2, kinuha natin yung summary ng unit price natin. So, we have sum something like this and the summary of the unit price, and there you go. So, we have here summary of order quantity, summary of unit price, which ito po yun. Then, okay, saka tayo nag-multiply here. 5 times 48,100, meron tayong 240,000, which is wrong. Okay, ito yung nangyari dito. That's why hindi natin nakuha yung tamang calculation natin with this because we are doing like summary of the quantity, summary of the price, multiplying the quantity times unit price. That's why wrong ang lumabas dito. Okay? So, ngayon, this one is we have to correct because this is the not unit price but maybe the unit price. No, we have to correct our grammar. So, commit natin to. Okay. So, there you go. Ngayon, i-apply natin yung tamang pamamaraan ng pag-compute nito. The correct way to compute the sales amount here is similar doon sa ginawa natin na ating calculated column, which is kinukompute natin row by row tulad ng ginawa natin dito, which is okay, sales order quantity tapos yung sales natin ng unit price natin. Ganun ang gagawin natin. So in a Microsoft Excel, what we will do here is row by row equals quantity times unit price. Row by row. Okay? And then the result of this, okay, the result of this, yan yung isa-summarize natin. Ganito gumagana yung SUMX function natin. First, the Power BI will try to calculate row by row like this, like this, like this, like this. And the final result sa kanya isa-summarize. So that is the correct solution kung paano nangyayari yung ating SUMX function. Ulitin ko, it compute row by row first, quantity times unit price, quantity times unit price from the very beginning of the table and up to the end of the table, and the final result, okay, sa kanya palang gagamitan ng summarization. Okay, so with this, i-correct natin tong ating calculation natin na SUMX natin. So I will go back here, then I will go here sa ating SUMX function na to, then I will expand to fit para mas makita natin. So similar to what we demonstrated a while ago, what we're gonna do here is put here yung SUMX function natin. Okay? And of course, ang format natin is saang table manggagaling yung calculation natin. And in this case, manggagaling yan doon sa F-sales natin. Alright? And then comma here, and then Alt-Enter here. Then eto na, i-compute na natin yung ating F-sales, which is eto yon, and order quantity multiplied by F-sales, which is yung ating unit price. So with this, we have here calculating the row by row context tulad ng nangyari dito. Okay? Then after, no? After ng end of calculation natin sa pinakadulo ng table natin, sa kanya pa lang yan isa-summarize tulad ng sum function natin and tulad ng ganito. So basically, yung SUMX function natin is para siyang iterator, no? That is iterator function na kung saan it will perform row by row context. All right? So para makita natin kung tama yung ginawa natin, I'm gonna click the commit here. Okay? And balik ko tong part na to, then there you go. We have 24,914. And kung babalikan natin to, aayusin natin with the $sign here, and we have a 0 decimal place. As you can see, we have now a correct calculation here. 24,914,587. In the sum X natin is 24,914,587. So this is totally correct. So I think that nasagot natin yung katanungan regarding sa paano ba gumagana yung basic sample ng SUMX natin. So isa to sa magiging new program natin or new segment natin dito sa DSA because ang gagawin natin ay, anong gagawin natin? If you have any question, no? If you have any question regarding sa data analytics, regarding sa career, paano mag-transition, or even is technical, ang gagawin natin is just ask question in our group. Then, of course, sasagutin natin yan. So I think that we could do it weekly or from time to time or as needed. No? The more questions that you have here, okay, the more answer ang makukuha ninyo from your Coach Abs. Kasi nga naman, di ba? pangarap natin na maging data analytics capital of the world ang Pilipinas. At magagawa lang natin to kung magtutulungan tayo at sisimulan natin ngayon. And I will serve as your mentor. Hindi nyo na kinakailangan magbayad pa sa ibang mentoring program because here at DSK, here at Data Analytics Philippines, I'm here to guide you. I'm here to help you. All you have to do is participate. Ask question, okay, kahit sa anong larangan yan, okay, basta related sa data analytics. And yes, of course, if I have some extra time, I'm gonna answer it live dito sa ating Facebook. Tapos of course, meron tayong replay. Okay, so this one is the solution that we did. So I'm gonna save this now. And of course, close ko lang to. And yes tayo dito. Tapos itong sample natin dito kung paano ito ginawa, I'm gonna save this one also, save that, and ilalagay ko na rin dito sa file natin dito. No? So we have this. Ito yung question kasi, no? Okay, ito yung question kasi. So, kakopy ko to, Control-C, tapos ilalagay ko dito sa saan natin ilalagay yan? Dito sa ating Power BI na to, yung how-to natin. Okay? Save natin dito. Tapos of course, this one, Control-X lang. And of course, we have here. Okay? And i-rename ko to. Ang title nito is, I'm gonna use SumX. Okay? So all of this is the file that we have. Okay? We have assets here. We have the data set here. And we have yung demo natin. Okay, sample ng raw context natin which is ito yung correct, ito yung wrong. Okay, and of course yung question na tanong ng madlang people, no? So right click ako dito and I will go here, compress and zip file natin yan. Okay, so itong part na to, Control-C, tapos i-upload natin dito sa ating file natin para everybody could have that copy also. So, yep, of course, I will upload that file and nandito yan sa ating desktop. And of course, desktop we have here. Tapos hanapin ko yung aking Power BI SumX. I think that I have to check this one. I'm gonna open that also. Then here, ito yung ating solution. No? Solution. All right. So there you go. Post natin to. And yes, you can download that so that matutunan natin kung paano ginagamit yung SumX in a real world scenario. So balik tayo dito. And of course, yes, of course, ito yung solution natin dito. So good luck, no, mga kadata gumpay. At kung meron pa kayong mga katanungan, please don't hesitate to post your question here at sasagutin natin yan live. Okay, kung hindi man live, maybe I could do a recording for that. And yes, of course, sasagutin natin. So simulan natin yung panibagong programa natin na how to or ask me anything, then I'm gonna do it live para masundan natin. Okay? So if you are happy with that new program natin dito sa Data Analytics Philippines or DSA, please follow our page and join kayo dito sa group natin, especially kung gusto yung matuto ng data analytics ng libre because this one is open to everyone. Okay? If you have any question, yes, of course, tutulungan namin kayo at syempre magtulungan tayo. Okay? So with that, I think kinakailangan na natin magpaalam because this is the end of our mini tutorials about the SumX function. At sana marami kayong natutunan at pakilike na rin itong ating YouTube channel once you watch the replay in our YouTube channel. So once again, this is a live demonstration, no filter, no cut, just pure learning dito sa Data Science Analytics with your Coach Abs. Thank you so much and God bless. Babush!